What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel right now. I'm going back to the spot where I started the idea of this channel, where everything started for me. Going back. Seems like every time I go back, I get clarity again. I don't know why. Focusing on yourself is so crucial, but it's lonely. And that's something that life and no one can really prepare you for. I mean, for real, that moment that you choose to focus on yourself, nobody can really prepare you for that moment. And I mean it. No BSing, you staying dedicated, disciplined. No one prepares you for that. You know, choosing to heal, choosing to grow, choosing to be a better version of yourself, right? It get lonely when you chasing success. It get lonely when you chasing your dreams. It get lonely when you the marketer, the content creator, the digital worker, the entrepreneur, the this, the that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that go behind it. When you a one-man army that do everything, it get lonely. So today I'm gonna talk about it. You're gonna see this quiet shift in your life, because I know I have. I know I showed y'all a little glimpse about 7 months ago of what was happening for me. And I realized over time that it was a transition. It was a transition. That's what it was. For a fact, I don't think I was supposed to be at that place where I was at. No. I think God removed me out of it, and I've been all right. Low-key been struggling with keeping faith lately, but I'm working on it. The quiet shift that I'm talking about is when you start focusing on yourself, right? These little things will start happening. And I didn't realize it until maybe like the end of December of last year. And it doesn't start loud. It's no fireworks. It's nothing dramatic. It's subtle, but you'll see it. And it'll go like this. You saying no to plans, to going out. Saying no in general. We have a hard time with doing that. Waking up early to have time to, think. I don't know, going to the gym, turning off your phone while everyone else is scrolling, sitting with your thoughts instead of running away from them. Yeah. Sound like you? And suddenly, you're not where you want to be at, right? You understand that already. Might be you right now. It's that shift. It's quiet, but you starting to notice little pieces getting moved around that you like, nah, that don't seem right. I don't really like this, And you start relating to people who don't want to grow. And I had to realize that too. I felt like when it came to YouTube and it was the big group of us, I think only a few of us really wanted to do it. So when you got somebody like me that's really die-hearted about doing it and being a creator, and you want the team that you see potential, like my man's good at drawing. I want him to be a graphic designer. I want to push him towards that, but he really don't want to do that. He good at it, but that's not really something he want to do. Trying to build a team when the team really didn't want to be built, because that's not what they wanted. Understand? You start to crave depth over distractions. That was my biggest one. That was my biggest wake-up call, is when I just stopped, is when I started saying no, and then things I said no to felt like a distraction, so I said no. Things I said yes to, felt like a distraction, so I started saying no, right? And people start to fade over time. Friends, habits, even parts of your identity. It's quiet and unraveling. And truly, I think it's uncomfortable, but you're not broken. You just becoming that different version of yourself. I understand that now. The loneliness that you get when you grinding towards your dreams, grinding towards anything really, it take pure focus. But the loneliness, it get real. It do. It do. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it at all. Everybody says work on yourself, but no one ever talks about how isolating it feels to work on yourself or work towards your dreams, you know? You outgrow situations, you lose people, you realize some relationships were based on trauma bonding. You realize that some relationships wasn't even a real connection. People just using you for their own gain. You start to realize these things, and it's almost like God that starts showing you stuff. I hated it. I hated it. And what I've learned is that silence that you're dealing with while you grinding, it's not empty. It's not an empty space. It's not none of that. It's not none of that. The space is for your real self to show up. Space to hear your own voice. Space to rebuild. That's what that's for. And not based on people pleasing or you pleasing others. It's based on truth. It's based on truth. And focusing on yourself, most people avoid, their days with noise. Most people fill they days with, what do I actually want? Do you get what I'm saying? And the moment you pause, all the unhealed stuff that you go through, all the unhealed stuff that comes on, you start to realize over time that growth isn't glamorous and only Instagram makes it look like it is. Social media makes it look like it is. I don't know. I don't know, man. Grinding for success. Grinding for success is something different. But when you focus on yourself, you start to gain a lot. You start to gain, liking your own company. You don't need to be around people. You start to find yourself. Figure out things that you like doing, dislike now, because you're growing and you're getting older. Another thing too, you stop seeking validation because you validate yourself. You don't need validation from nobody out here. You don't. You build routines that support your mental peace, your mental space, of where you're at. And you make decisions based on alignment, not pleasure. You make decisions on, is this gonna benefit me in a good way for me, or is it not? Is it a distraction? It's about becoming more you, more grounded, more conscious. You realize your worth was never tied into being busy, like I always thought it was, working all these jobs, just staying busy and grinding, hustling, doing all this. It's not. It's you being you. It's you being you. And I don't know. I don't know. Lately, grinding, been feeling like, I'm not gonna say stressful, but grinding towards your dream, and it feel like it's far, far away, it make you rethink a lot, But I'm learning in my 20s, yeah, I might not be happy where I'm at right now, but if I'm grinding and working towards the space that I want, I'm good. I'm good. Focusing on myself was so beneficial, because I think back to me just going out, kicking it, wasting time, not going after what I wanted. what would still be happening? You gotta make a decision today. Yeah, it's lonely, but I'd rather go chase my dreams and have it work than me not knowing at all and not focusing up.